Shut down the federal government and getting into what they're saying this morning. Senate Minority Leader, Democrat Senator Chuck Schumer, talking about health benefits.
We need to stop these premiums from going up dramatically. We need to do it now, not in October when people get the notices, not in November when they have to decide whether to drop health care or reduce the health care they get.
Over on the other side, Republican Senate Majority Leader John Thune says they're trying to flip some Dems.
There are others out there, I think, who don't want to shut down the government, but are being put in a position by their leadership that ought to make all of them very uncomfortable.
What does this mean? Usually it's furloughs, but this time it could be mass firings. That's what the Trump administration has threatened. Cuts to other programs that they say the Democrats like. Either way, essential workers have got to go, but they're not getting paid. Terrence Johns works for the USDA, says the last shutdown, that was really tough.
You would think that debt holders would understand, hey, you're on furlough and all of that, but a lot of us had to go out and pick up extra jobs during that time frame.
Army vet and volunteer Tracy Riley says she's worried about the impact to veterans.
I believe that we're going to have families thrown into even more harsh poverty levels than the military currently has.
Who's to blame? What's going to happen next? Depends on who you talk to. Democratic Senator Adam Schiff.
This is what happens when you have a president unwilling to do their job. Now, in terms of what happens, the president has been threatening that if the government shut down, that he would use that opportunity, that excuse, to fire hundreds of thousands of federal workers. The reality is he's been illegally firing federal workers ever since he took office. But he may continue his illegal rampage firing other federal workers.
Food inspectors, park rangers, millions of other federal workers across the country affected. Federal courts, some government agencies like the IRS, they say have enough money to keep going, at least for the short term.
Then there's the airports. TSA's got to go, but they're not getting paid. Last shutdown we had was a long one, and we had long lines. Let's go to LAX and our John Baird.
That's right. TSA workers and air traffic controllers are considered essential workers, and they have to stay on the job even though they're not getting paid at the moment. They would get paid retroactively when the shutdown ends, but during that 35-day shutdown in 2018 and 2019, some of them stopped coming to work, and that caused flight delays and longer lines at the security checkpoints. Now, travelers tell me this morning here at LAX, they are definitely keeping an eye on the situation so they don't miss their flights, but are they worried?
Today, luckily, no, because it's the first, and I return in a week. I think if I were coming back in 2 weeks, I'd be a little bit more nervous because that's what I read was in 2 weeks when people miss their first paycheck is when they really might not show up. So not worried yet.
So far, so good, but she says if she has to, she'll start showing up earlier for flights, very grudgingly. Others say they plan to show up earlier anyway, just in case they're going to start doing that. Now, the security line here at Terminal 7 looks good at this point, but who knows in the future?
All right, that's our John Baird at LAX this morning on the government shutdown, and of course much more throughout the morning on how this impacts you. Now to Munich, where officials there say police have closed the Oktoberfest after getting a bomb threat and an explosion in a residential building. They say it was deliberately set on fire. One person was killed, and they said they found booby traps inside the building. There was a tourist there from California disappointed about the festival's closure.
A little upset. We came a long way, and we're only here for one day, and so we fly out tomorrow.
Another guy from San Francisco was philosophical.
I'm sad. We had a reservation for a beer tent, and that's gone. So, I guess we'll go back and see what we can do. Yeah, not happy. But we're going to go bowling instead, so maybe we'll have fun anyways.
The explosion was part of a domestic dispute, and again, one person is dead.
Israel continuing the airstrikes on Gaza City. Hamas still looking over this peace plan from the president. The BBC's Moira Alderson.
Local reports said civil defense rescuers were hit while responding to an Israeli attack on a school that was being used as a shelter. Arab and Turkish mediators have been meeting in Qatar, putting pressure on Hamas to accept the peace plan.
The president says Hamas has got 3 to 4 days to accept the plan, or he says Hamas is going to meet a very sad end.
6:35.
Brian Douglas, Downey Hyundai Traffic Center.
Take a look at some of the slow drives. No major incidents out there. We hope it stays that way, but slow it is on the 57 from Diamond Bar Boulevard through the canyon all the way down here towards Yorba Linda Boulevard. And it only gets worse from here, right? Or slower. That 5 south up to 91. We're slow as you make your way into Anaheim. Still decent through the crush. A little sluggish down to the 55 freeway. 22 east looks pretty good. 91's heavy out of Corona, as it always is, towards Green River. The westbound commutes are 210 gets really heavy off the 57. Over towards Irwindale Avenue. The 10 now heavy as you come down the Kellogg Hills. So you're going to pass Holt, and then you'll see some brake lights ahead from that point all the way to the 605. And our 60 heavy from Ramona as you make you underneath the 71 up the hill over towards the 57. We have reports of maybe some police activity right around Jefferson on that North 110. That's not an off-ramp. That'll be just past Exposition Boulevard. You see some flashing lights. That's what's going on. Shouldn't be hindering the drive, I suspect, at least at this point. If you're on that North 110, Manchester is where things are going to get heavy for you. That westbound side of the Santa Monica 10 from Vermont to La Cienega, already tough. We had police activity on Melrose, right at the 101. That should have all wrapped up by now. That was the end of a pursuit. So from Western, South 101 is going to be tough. And if you're coming out of the San Fernando Valley, you got slowing starting at Sherman Way as you make your way up and over the hill. Quick look at Sepulveda. As of now, Sepulveda looks pretty good. Just a little slowing on southbound Sepulveda as you come out of that tunnel.
All right, the Dodgers game. Here's the call on Spectrum Sportsnet LA.
Ohtani, it's a towering ball. Deep right field. He flips the bat and watches it fly. 3/4 of the way up the pavilion. Just a mammoth blast for his second home run, and the Dodgers are pouring it on in Game 1.
Game 1 in the bag, beating the Reds 10-5. They're hoping for Game 2. Get another win tonight. Natalie Tavidian was out talking to fans.
Get go Dodgers! Dodgers fans know what's at stake. 13 wins to repeat as World Series champions for the first time in franchise history. The energy here at Chavez Ravine electric as the Dodgers open the wild card round against the Reds.
We've been watching all season. We've just diehard fans.
It's been a roller coaster season, so we're looking forward to a 3-game sweep here.
Are you nervous, excited?
A little bit of both. A little nervous, a little apprehension, but I think we're going to pull it together and roll through the playoffs.
Many fans telling me they believe this team has what it takes to go all the way again, and they see this best-of-3 series as just the first step in that journey. Whoever takes this series moves on to Philadelphia. At Dodger Stadium, I'm Natalie Tavidian, KNX News 97.1 FM.
LA Fire going to spend more than $18 million on a powerful new helitanker. Here's Craig Figner.
Los Angeles council members gave approval to the Los Angeles City Fire Department to enter into a 4-year deal. It's $18.5 million. That's the price tag to lease what is described as a helitanker aircraft that has the ability to transport and suppress large-scale wildfires. So this helitanker aircraft can deliver 2,500 gallons of water or fire retardant to an emerging wildfire, and it will be in the LAFD's air fleet for the next 4 years, or through June of 2029. Also has the ability and the crew, so the equipment and the crew, to fly and do drops at nighttime. And this is in addition to LAFD's equipment that's owned by LA City Fire and the city of Los Angeles. 5 choppers that can each drop 450 gallons and a couple smaller ones that do 180-gallon drops. I'm Craig Figner, KNX News 97.1 FM.
Yom Kippur begins at sundown. Pete Demetrio reports more police will be stationed near temples and synagogues throughout the city and county.
Most of the security will be done on a bureau-by-bureau basis in areas patrolled by the LAPD, while the LA County Sheriff's Department will also have a visible presence near Jewish temples or religious education facilities. The reason involves high tension on what's coming up on the 2-year mark of the war in Gaza, which began with terror attacks in October of 2023 that killed nearly 1,200 people on the Israel-Gaza border. While there are no specific credible threats of violence aimed at community sites in the city or the county, officials are hoping more frequent patrols combined with reporting by the public of anything that appears unusual near those sites will minimize the chance of any violence or other disruptive activity from happening. I'm Pete Demetrio, KNX News 97.1 FM.
It's 6:40.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Homes.com has collaboration tools to help home shoppers search, share, and discuss home shopping with family, friends, and their agent directly through the site. Though it was fun to get that email from your husband about that 3-bedroom in the hills, to which you replied via text that you would never live in the hills and you'd like to find a 3-bedroom closer to the beach. To which he replied, "Why are you so uncompromising?" A fun way to spend an afternoon, but we think it's just a tad bit easier our way. Homes.com. Ding dong. We've done your homework.
Dude, did you order the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. With eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
With Marathon Rewards, you'll earn on every fill-up, which is amazing news for every kind of driver out there. Whether you're a wait forever to filler-upper, a routine topper-offer, a relentless road tripper, an occasional commuter, or just a regular old point A to beer, everyone can earn rewards and save up to $1 a gallon. And you can join Marathon Rewards online, through the app, and even at the pump, making signing up easy for every kind of signer-upper. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
Bet365 is paid.
Your vehicle checked and prepped right at home with complimentary Ford mobile service. Ford expert technicians can perform a lot of the same services right in your driveway that they do in the dealership, like an oil change with the works package, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and more. So whether you're grilling in the backyard or soaking up some rays, keep enjoying your summer with Ford mobile service. That's ownership built around you. Contact your participating dealer or visit fordservice.com for important details and limitations.
Thank you for calling Spectrum. My name is Angie, and I'm in Orlando, Florida. How can I help you today?
Great. You're still there. It must be like 3 a.m.
We're always here 24/7. What can I do for you?
I know it's late, but I wanted to ask you about the best place to set up my router.
It's never too late. We'll have you up and running in no time.
Only Spectrum has 24/7, 100% U.S.-based customer support. It's only everything. Spectrum fiber-powered internet. It's the fastest and most reliable internet. Go to spectrum.com to learn more.
Good morning, I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM. Federal government shut down. People on both sides saying it's their fault. No, it's their fault. Well, what does it mean to us? We'll get into it coming up next.
Traffic brought to you by Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Brian Douglas.
Valley Drives, 405, heavy just past Roscoe Boulevard. 101 eastbound starts to get slow right for Reseda as you make your way up and over the hill. The 170 still looks pretty good. That 101 portion of the Hollywood doesn't load up till Santa Monica Boulevard. The 5 out of Burbank, not too bad. 5 does have a little slowing when you meet everyone from the 14. Little slowing as you meet everyone from the 118. That's usually the case. 14 just past Sand Canyon. Got some slowing down to Placerita Canyon. I'll tell you what's really tough this morning, Sierra Highway. It's heavy before the light at Golden Valley. It stays tough all the way to the light to Placerita Canyon. So you got a long stretch there of some slowing. If you take that every day, you know it's going to cost you a couple extra minutes. Both sides of the 5 now. So if you're heading through the Commerce area, Downey up into Commerce, it's got some slowing, especially southbound. Actually, slower southbound, more so southbound it is northbound. Telegraph, of course, always the Valvoline instant oil change, instant route change. Telegraph doesn't look that bad. That's just to the right side of you if you're on that northbound side of the 5 freeway. Through Long Beach, 405 starts to bunch up in some spots and gets really heavy northbound as you pass the 110 freeway up to Rosecrans. After that, we're looking pretty good. Yamava Resort Casino at San Manuel welcomes back the iconic Janet Jackson to Yamava Theater December 29th. Get your tickets at the casino box office or yamavatheater.com. Janet Jackson performs live, Yamava, December 29th. Got to be 21 for the show. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
Nice and cool in the mornings, and then 60s, 70s, maybe some low 80s today. And as we move into the weekend, it's going to be like this, just a couple degrees either direction as we go into the weekend, and then up a little bit for that. But overall, we're sticking below average, so not too bad. Government shutdown. Everybody's pointing fingers. So what are they saying? Here's the vice president on Fox News.
I have seen Democrats stand before the American people and say, you don't shut down the government because you're not getting what you want. And here they are last night, the far left faction of Senate Democrats, they shut down the government. Why? Because they're not getting what they want.
Over on CNN, Chuck Schumer, Senate Democratic leader.
Republicans thought that they could barrel us into a shutdown because they didn't want to protect the health care of the American people. Well, now they've seen they can't bully us, they can't barrel us. They don't have the votes to push their partisan bill through.
We talked to a Democratic strategist last hour. Let's bring in our Republican strategist now, Rena Shaw.
Hi, Rena. Good morning.
Hi, good morning to you all.
So just heard some cuts there from the various cable news shows, the politicians making the rounds. I'm seeing a bunch of news conferences scheduled today to, again, sort of get the word out on everybody's opinions about this. But are they even really focused on reaching a deal right now, or are we just really in the heart of the blame game?
Well, first I have to say my heart goes out to the 800,000 plus furloughed federal workers and their families who are facing delayed paychecks. And these are people from LAX screeners to Yosemite Rangers. But let's be clear on ownership here. It's Republicans who control all levers: White House, the House, the Senate, and passing a clean bill to fund through November was supposed to be no drama. But Democrats like Chuck Schumer tanked it 51-49 in the Senate there, not because it's partisan, but because it didn't bake in the Affordable Care Act extensions. So they've got the votes to filibuster, sure, but this is their shutdown, weaponizing essential services to force healthcare giveaways. And look, you all know I was the first ever Never Trump delegate back in 2016. I've called out Republican overreach, but this is Democrats playing chicken with paychecks. And I think over time, if polls tank Republican approval, that they own it short term. If Dems look obstructionist, it flips fast. Voters hate shutdowns, period.
If we talk strategy, it seems like there's a couple things going on. One is the Senate will just keep bringing this up to vote again and again and again and put the pressure on the Democrats, and maybe you peel some off and you break them. But then there's also like the meme war with the mariachi hats and the deep fakes that's coming out of the White House. I'm not sure that helps bring anyone to the table. Do things need to devolve to that level?
Well, the number one question I'm getting right now by the minute is what needs to happen for a deal? How do you bridge the gap? And so when you talk about a deal, it's simple here. I mean, Democrats dropped the Affordable Care Act rider. It's a separate fight, and it expires on December 31st, not today. So I say they need to pass the clean continuing resolution now and fund at fiscal year 2025 levels, which is $7 trillion baseline, which is up from 58% from 2019, I believe. But then they can negotiate subsidies bipartisan style next month in November. Look, I've advised on Hill deals. This hyper-partisan poison pill really kills compromise. And Trump could lean in with the Rose Garden call for unity, but Dems have to meet halfway as well. No more all or nothing. And I truly believe that as a pro-freedom futurist is what I can consider myself to be. I want affordable care too, but not on the backs of veterans hotlines or IRS refunds. So we ought to call it what it is. Dems have leverage here, but using it this way erodes trust.
Very quickly, you said voters hate shutdowns, period. But how much is this really going to matter and move voters by the time the midterms arrive?
Oh, goodness. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. But I think right now we should be talking about how long this could last. I mean, the realistic timeline here, short answer is it could drag 1 to 3 weeks. Like in 2018, there was a 35-day mess there. It cost about $11 billion and it spiked anxiety. But, history says pressure builds fast. Polls are showing 60% blame both sides initially, but incumbents, Republicans here, pay if it lingers. So with those midterms looming next year, neither party wants this albatross. Watch for a weekend vote. The House Republicans might tweak that continuing resolution with minor border nods to peel off 9 or 10 Dems for 60 in the Senate. I think the worst case here, it hits holidays and it hammers tourism. Los Angeles alone loses millions weekly. And I've lived in D.C. through shutdowns. It's chaos, not strategy. I say end it now. Every day costs American families.
Republican strategist Rena Shaw. Rena, thanks. Markets are down this morning. Dow's down 89 points. NASDAQ down 124. S&P down 27. It's 6:51.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on moneyline, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Ever wanted to stay on vacation longer? Us too. With Vrbo's long stay discounts, you can stay longer and save more on select properties. Gotta love a win-win. Book the perfect summer getaway today with Vrbo Private Vacation Rentals. Your future self will thank you later.
Dude, did you order
the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. With eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all.
/contest. Your chance to win 2 tickets to see Disney and Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas in concert at the Bowl, October 25th. You can buy some of these at Ticketmaster.com.
We already have Halloween candy in the studio.
That's right.
I got the good stuff, too. I got the chocolate.
Butterfingers.
The chocolate
What do you got,
bars.
100 grand?
Yeah.
Crunch bars.
Did you have one?
Yeah, we can leave the crunch bars. We don't like those.
I like the crunch bars.
Oh, good. You can have those.
I didn't get you the Tootsie Rolls. No one likes those.
I'm a Reese's Pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Reese's
Go to
Cups.
regular Reese's.
Yeah.
Who was that guy who said Reese the other day?
Oh, yeah. That guy.
They say Reese's on the East Coast.
Yeah, we don't.
That doesn't make
No, we
sense.
don't.
Toast.
We say Reese's.
Tell it to Deborah Rodriguez.
Yeah, that's right.
6:55.
Traffic brought to you by Just One Touch. Brian Douglas.
The only criticism I have about the candy, Vicky, it's the fun size. We want the full size candy
wow.
bars.
King size.
Well,
bars.
I will try to deliver better for you next time, Brian.
Thank you so much. Listen, if you're on the 405, you've got some slowing now right at Sherman Way. It's tough. Sepulveda's getting tough as well before you get to the tunnel. If you're on Sepulveda, stick with it. You'll be fine. Otherwise, if you take the 405 every day, you kind of know what to expect there. AC Mike, thank you. Listen, we've got a motorcycle down here in Claremont. This is going to be the 10 westbound. I'm going to put this right at Indian Hill. AC Mike went by, said it was going to be in the left lanes, and we've got some minor injuries here. So your fire department's going to come. You're going to have several left lanes blocked. Central is where that westbound 10 gets heavy. And then you pass that, we're fine through Pomona. Then you get over here into West Covina, right around Azusa. That's where things really get tough for you. 60 slow coming up to the 71. And then from Azusa Avenue, again, slow over towards our 605. Speaking of 605, we had some earlier problems southbound around Rose Hill's gone. But kind of sluggish from that point all the way down to the 5. And northbound still looks decent. Got a chunk of slowing there you're going to have to deal with as you make your way off the 105. Lakewood Rosemead, usually our Valvoline Instant Oil change, since the route change for the 605 looks pretty good if you want to use that. Transfer your home with the power of smart technology from Just One Touch by Video and Audio Center. Building or upgrading, consult Just One Touch during the design phase and make your dream home smart from the start. Just go to onetouch.com. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
Cooler temps again, still below average. 60s, 70s, and maybe a few 80s for this afternoon, and continuing this into the weekend.
Those EV stickers not going to work in the carpool lane, and the federal government shut down. More coming up in minutes.
Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. Goldbelly ships Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garden's famous cakes. So, if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's goldbelly.com, promo code GIFT.
This Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th, you can get a great deal on a new foot spa, transforming you into the queen of kicking it.
Wait, this has bubble jets. Okay.
Get up to 40% off with Prime Big Deal Days, October 7th and 8th.
Tu Sausage McMuffin with Egg no cambió. Tu recibo, sí. El Sausage McMuffin with Egg Extra Value Meal, que incluye un hash brown y café pequeño, es tuyo por $5. Solo en McDonald's, por tiempo limitado. Precios y participación pueden variar.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals.
And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Thank you for calling Spectrum. My name is Angie, and I'm in Orlando, Florida. How can I help you today?
Great. You're still there. It must be like 3 a.m.
We're always here 24/7. What can I do for you?
I know it's late, but I wanted to ask you about the best place to set up my router.
It's never too late. We'll have you up and running in no time.
Only Spectrum has 24/7, 100% US-based customer support. It's only everything. Spectrum fiber-powered internet. It's the fastest and most reliable internet. Go to Spectrum.com to learn more.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Liberty Way Verizon store at 7606 Trailside Drive and speak with Chris today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Yes. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
KNX FM and HD Los Angeles.
This is Southern California's news.
Coming up, more on this government shutdown. Vice President's talking this morning. Chuck Schumer's talking this morning. But, of course, they're not talking to each other.
The Dodgers took Game 1 against the Reds. Can they finish this series in 2? Yeah.
Yom Kippur starts at sundown. LA's Morning News.
Only on KNX News 97.1 FM.
CBS Now, it's 7 o'clock.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The federal government is shut down today after a Republican funding bill failed in the Senate. Arizona Democrat Mark Kelly is explaining.
Now, we could fix this today. This is pretty easy to do. All it takes is one vote. We want to bring down the cost of health care for Americans.
Hundreds of thousands of federal workers could be furloughed. Others deemed essential have to show up at their jobs. Vice President J.D. Vance tells CBS Mornings that could pose problems for travelers.
There are people, of course, who are flying today should know that if their flight is delayed, I hope it's not, but it may have something to do with the fact that our TSA agents and our air traffic controllers are no longer getting paid.
They will get paid when the shutdown is over. As for other federal employees,
I'm Michael Wallace. The shutdown does not affect the Postal Service, so you will still get your mail. Social Security and Medicare benefits will still be paid out. Essential workers like military members will continue to work, but without pay. National parks will remain partially open, but buildings and sites that require staffing, like Smithsonian museums or the Washington Monument, will be closed. Members of Congress still get paid.
In New York City,
Get out the elevator!
video footage captures two photojournalists being slammed to the ground by masked ICE agents in the hall of an immigration court and falling into a third. The third held on the floor for half an hour before they were taken to an ambulance and a neck brace. City Comptroller Brad Lander.
There is a system for holding law enforcement accountable when law enforcement from any agency, break the rules, use excessive force, act outside the law.
A couple of hurricanes are taking a toll along parts of the North Carolina coast.
5 more unoccupied houses in the town of Buxton at the southern end of North Carolina's Outer Banks collapsed into the ocean in rough surf caused by hurricanes Umberto and Imelda, swirling well offshore. Heather Jeanette is a local.
It's awful. Something that I think we all knew we might see one day, but there was a big part of us that hoped it wouldn't actually happen.
17 houses have fallen into the ocean on the Outer Banks since 2020. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
New study finds children and teenagers are twice as likely to develop long COVID after a second coronavirus infection. As kids only infected once. Researcher Dr. Alexander Charney.
Symptoms involving the brain to symptoms involving the heart, symptoms involving the lungs.
He says most had not been vaccinated. Previous research has shown vaccines significantly reduce COVID risk. The study in Lancet Infectious Diseases. The Dow is down 110 points. NASDAQ off 101. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
From the DTLA Law Group Injury Help Studios.
This is LA's morning news.
On KNX News, 97.1 FM.
SoCal's only 24/7 connection.
Good morning, 7:03. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Vicki Moore. So we've been told that airport lines could get longer at some point during this federal government shutdown. Out at LAX this morning, people are keeping an eye on things. They're concerned about longer lines, maybe flight delays. Our John Baird out at LAX this morning. He's been talking to people at Terminal 7. Hi, John.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, the lines here look pretty good still. It's like business as usual, pretty normal. But, you know, it happened years ago during that record 35-day government shutdown. The lines got longer. Some air traffic controllers and TSA personnel stopped coming to work because they weren't getting paid. They're essential workers who are required to show up, even though they won't see another paycheck until the shutdown's over. I was just talking to one traveler named Victoria. She got up late today because she didn't hear her alarm clock go off, but she's concerned how this might affect her travel plans in the future.
Actually, I was thinking about that last night, so I'm hoping that's not the case. I hope it doesn't, but I need to make the flight right now if that's going to be the case, but it looks like it's not. Yeah.
It looks pretty good, right?
It does, yeah.
And again, the lines were fine, but the longer the shutdown drags on, the longer the security lines could become, at least potentially. And when that long shutdown happened at the end of 2018, there were flight delays too. So pack your bags and your patience, get to the airport as early as you can, and keep in mind the situation could be much different at other airports as far as the long lines go.
Something else happening this morning, those stickers that let you drive alone in the carpool lane, no good anymore. Here's Alex Silverman.
There's a 60-day grace period, so on December 1st, it'll be as good as a bumper sticker that says, "Ticket me." But technically today, the program's over after more than 20 years. That's because Congress has to authorize California to run it. Governor Newsom tried to get the program extended through 2027, but the federal government would not. It was intended originally as an incentive to get people to buy clean air vehicles, and it's really a double whammy for that industry. The big, beautiful bill also killed the $7,500 federal tax credit on EV purchases. Well, this affects about 500,000 people with those stickers in California. Again, technically over now, but no HOV lane tickets for 60 days. I'm Alex Silverman, KNX News 97.1 FM.
7:05.
Traffic now, Brian Douglas, Downey Hyundai Traffic Center.
So we're on the 10. This is in Claremont at Indian Hill. You got left lanes taken away with a motorcycle wreck here. And you got a backup that begins just past Euclid. Begins right before Mountain. So that's the mountain in Upland here. So that's what's going on in your 10 West. Really tough. And then you get a little break up ahead from Azusa all the way over to the 605. You got a big chunk of slowing here. Then after that, it's not too bad through Rosemead. You're not at full speed, but it moves at least. 210, most of your slowing from the 57 to Azusa Avenue, then kind of sluggish, and then you hit the 605, then slow again, on and off as you make your way over into downtown Pasadena. So the 91, we're going westbound. We did have a problem right before the 71 freeway. And that was, I think they cleared that. That was a truck broken down in the center divider. So that was affecting the left lane of traffic for the main line, I believe. So that 91 extra tough as always to that point. And then once you pass Green River, you meet everyone from Green River. You'll see those speeds start to pick up a little bit. If you're on that 110, expect slowing right before you get to Florence. That's most of your slowing. It's southbound from Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. You got slowing through South LA. 405 through Long Beach. We'll say from the county line. That's where the 605 splits there. It's kind of sluggish through Long Beach. It's all right through Carson. And you hit that 110. We'll be slow up to Hawthorne Boulevard. Then from Century, slow up to Venice. Coming out the other way, out of the valley, just before you get to Sherman Way, you've got some slowing you're going to deal with, and start to see some slowing on that 170 as well. Right around the Oxnard, Laurel Canyon, your exit here as you transition to the 101. Then it's fine to Universal City. Then that 101 gets heavy again southbound as you come up to Melrose.
Won't be long before the November election, the special election on redistricting, Prop 50. But millions of Californians are getting the wrong voter guides. The problem, one of the congressional districts was mislabeled on the statewide map. Now, the Secretary of State is going to be sending out correction postcards. Not sure if they're going to be individual or to the household, but you should get one. And the LA Times says it's going to end up costing millions of dollars, this mistake. Opponents of Prop 50, again, this is this redistricting ballot measure, say this is proof that the special election was rushed.
People in Malibu say they're frustrated about SoCal Edison's public safety power shutoff rules. It's the PSPS we talk about. SoCal Edison says they're done during the high fire danger to prevent sparking wildfires. Here's the spokesman, David Eisenhower.
We absolutely understand public safety power shutoffs can be a hardship. Power can be off for a long period of time when customers really want to have it or need it. We cannot compromise on safety, and this is what PSPS is all about. It's about keeping our community safe.
But Mayor Marianne Riggins says the shutoffs put people at a bigger risk.
I am disappointed that there isn't more resiliency and more backup for our critical infrastructure, since our traffic signals, our cell phone coverage, our Wi-Fi, every time we lose power, we lose access to notifications.
She says people can't even go to the website and find info because the internet's off. SCE says they've transferred 9 miles of electrical lines underground. They plan to do the same with another 178, also covering lines with insulation to prevent them from sparking. Could reduce the amount of shutoffs. In the event of one, they've got a microgrid at the high school, so classes can keep going.
Justice Department is suing the LA County Sheriff's Department. Bob Brill reports it's because the feds believe the locals are taking too long to issue permits for concealed weapons.
The U.S. Department of Justice alleges a violation of the Constitution, adding the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is moving too slowly to process the gun licenses. It says the Sheriff's Department's unreasonable delays in granting licenses violates California residents' Second Amendment right to bear arms outside the home. According to the complaint, the Sheriff's Department waits an average of 281 days to start processing applications, which it says violates a California law requiring initial reviews within 90 days. The spokesperson for the Sheriff's Department disputed the claim, saying they have processed all concealed carry weapons applications in compliance with state and local laws. I'm Bob Brill, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Yom Kippur begins at sundown. Pete Demetriou says you might see the increase in police and sheriff patrols.
Tensions remain high as the second anniversary of the Gaza terror attacks approach, and there are concerns over whether an actual peace accord may be reached in the Middle East or if there'll be continued military operations in the region. In Los Angeles, both the LAPD and the LA Sheriff's Department will stage more visible patrols at Jewish houses of worship and community centers over the next few days. And officials are hoping between that and enhanced community awareness, see something, say something, it will deter any possibility of violence. I'm Pete Demetriou, KNX News 97.1 FM.
It's 7:11.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Mayor Marianne Riggins says the shutoffs put people at a bigger risk.
I am disappointed that there isn't more resiliency and more backup for our critical infrastructure, since our traffic signals, our cell phone coverage, our Wi-Fi, every time we lose power, we lose access to notifications.
She says people can't even go to the website and find info because the internet's off. SCE says they've transferred 9 miles of electrical lines underground. They plan to do the same with another 178, also covering lines with insulation to prevent them from sparking. Could reduce the amount of shutoffs. In the event of one, they've got a microgrid at the high school, so classes can keep going.
Justice Department is suing the LA County Sheriff's Department. Bob Brill reports it's because the feds believe the locals are taking too long to issue permits for concealed weapons.
The U.S. Department of Justice alleges a violation of the Constitution, adding the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department is moving too slowly to process the gun licenses. It says the Sheriff's Department's unreasonable delays in granting licenses violates California residents' Second Amendment right to bear arms outside the home. According to the complaint, the Sheriff's Department waits an average of 281 days to start processing applications, which it says violates a California law requiring initial reviews within 90 days. The spokesperson for the Sheriff's Department disputed the claim, saying they have processed all concealed carry weapons applications in compliance with state and local laws. I'm Bob Brill, KNX News, 97.1 FM.
Yom Kippur begins at sundown. Pete Demetriou says you might see the increase in police and sheriff patrols.
Tensions remain high as the second anniversary of the Gaza terror attacks approach, and there are concerns over whether an actual peace accord may be reached in the Middle East or if there'll be continued military operations in the region. In Los Angeles, both the LAPD and the LA Sheriff's Department will stage more visible patrols at Jewish houses of worship and community centers over the next few days. And officials are hoping between that and enhanced community awareness, see something, say something, it will deter any possibility of violence. I'm Pete Demetriou, KNX News 97.1 FM.
It's 7:11.
Bet 365 is
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Liberty Way Verizon store at 7606 Trailside Drive and speak with Chris today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
My name is Katie. I'm a Spectrum customer for mobile and internet, and I grew up on a farm and ranch in Nebraska, so I'm always cowgirling. Cowboy culture, you never want to pay more than you have to because there are so many expenses that go into farming and ranching. To have any efficiency on the farm, you need extreme connection and reception. I bet we save about $180 a month with Spectrum, and that's $2,100 for the whole year.
Real customers, real savings. Visit spectrum.com/save. Real customer testimonial, compensated, not scripted.
There's about 10 seconds left on the clock. The Instacart shopper has to nail this handoff. He's flying down the sidewalk. He's looking for the receiver, lining up the pass, and he did it! Game day is saved!
Wait, Dad, did you forget Div?
And we're back! Get ready for game day with Instacart and get $0 delivery fees on your first 3 orders. Service fees apply. 3 orders in 14 days excludes restaurants. Instacart. We're here.
Ah, DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Will you be okay for the show Saturday?
Yep, look. ZocDoc has a ton of in-network doctors who can see me this week.
This week?
Reviews say Dr. Okami has a great bedside manner. Or Dr. Stafford. Patients say he never rushes appointments and has an opening today.
You should rush to his office.
And booked.
Now I need ZocDoc to find an ear doctor. You've got options. Book on ZocDoc today.
Good morning. I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Coming up on KNX News 97.1 FM, we're talking about that after-action fire report. LA County supervisors talking about it, and a lot of people in Altadena really frustrated.
7:15 traffic now brought to you by Just One Touch Home Automation. Brian Douglas.
So we're still working this motorcycle wreck here. Another car involved too. Claremont, this is the 10 West right at Indian Hill. Everything is to the left side of the freeway, unless they've gotten it to the right yet. I haven't heard that. From Mountain Avenue here in Upland, that's where that backup begins for the westbound side of the 10. Once you pass Indian Hill, you pass the crash, you move nicely through Pomona, up and over the Kill. I'm not going to see brake lights till you get to Azusa Avenue. So there you go. And then a little slowing from that point, a lot slowing over to the 605. Then after that, we're still okay. We do have some slowing through the Rosemead area into Alhambra. 210 is heavy. We're going to call it slow from Sunflowers. That's just past the 57 as you make your way westbound. Also gotten really tough is our 57. Things get really heavy down the hill at Lambert. Stays tough to Nutwood Chapman. And then we see a big chunk of slowing as well further south off the 91 down to about Catella, and then decent still as you make your way towards the Orange Crush. Orange Crush where the 5, 57, and 22 freeways all come together. Your 5 through Anaheim, that's going to be tough out of Buena Park, starting at Beach Boulevard. Slowing on that southbound side, the 110 really, really heavy as well, starting at, we'll say, Century. By the way, your Valvoline instant oil change, instant route change, if you like Broadway or Main, they look good. Main's going to be a little heavy coming up to the split there of San Pedro. Or you can use Figueroa, not too bad even as you make your way through USC. Transfer your home with the power of smart technology from Just One Touch by Video and Audio Center. Building or upgrading, consult Just One Touch during the design phase. Make your dream home smart from the start. Just go to onetouch.com. SoCal's only reliable traffic reports every 10 minutes on the 5s from the Downey Hyundai 24-hour traffic center.
73 for the coast, upper 70s for LA and Orange County, mid 80s for the valleys and the Inland Empire, low 80s for the high deserts, upper 60s for the mountains. Will probably stay about the same. Temperatures fluctuating with some minor day-to-day changes for the next few days, but then the bigger drop in temperatures will be the start of next week as we are watching another big low pressure system come down from the Pacific Northwest. So temperatures by Monday could be anywhere from 50s, 60s, and 70s. And that's your next weather forecast. I'm KCAL News meteorologist Ian Burley for KNX News 97.1 FM.
Some people from Altadena affected by the Eaton fire gave members of the LA County Board of Supervisors a real earful as they reviewed the January fire report.
There's a lot I could say here. First, I'd like to address Sheriff Luna. You said that a lot of people in Altadena died because they didn't follow the evacuation orders, and shame on you for saying that because we never got evacuation orders. So I think you need to own that. Secondly, Chief Marone, in the McChrystal report, they recommend we get new helicopters and more fire trucks and more staff for you. But what does that matter if the firefighters that you employ don't get out of their trucks, as is obvious because of so many accounts of people in West Altadena, including my third-generation business, my family's third-generation business, where a full crew of firefighters stayed in their truck the entire time while the building caught fire and continued to burn to the ground, even while our 80-year-old neighbor asked them repeatedly for help while he hosed down the building. So what good is spending resources?
I lost my home and all my properties as well. And we lost people. We lost entire cities.
I've lived in West Altadena for about 30 years. I stayed behind as Altadena burned, as we had some fire equipment on hand. I was able to save our house and some others in my neighborhood. But I think back to the station fire and being told how many lessons that they had learned from that. I see almost no evidence of that. I see the same things over and over again. And I saw no fire trucks, no firemen, no police until long after the fire had rolled through and there were just houses smoldering. I could not get a hold of anybody at 911. I jumped on a fire truck and tried to get them to stop when they finally showed up, and they threw me up and kept going. The experience was unbelievable, and it just cannot ever be allowed to happen again. We have to do better, and if that requires replacing some of these people, so be it. Thank you.
My name is Rosanna Tucker. I am a lifelong resident of LA County. The report claims that the Sheriff's Department proactively prepared for the purpose of evacuation planning in advance of the fire, but dozens of 911 calls went unanswered, resulting in 19 deaths, including 2 on my street. With a $4 billion board-approved budget, I think that the sheriff should have no problem, if they were helping with the evacuations, overturning the vehicle locator data from the first night of the fire. Personally, I did not receive an evacuation notice either on my phone or in person via law enforcement while in Black and Brown West Altadena, and I don't know anyone who did. On January 9th in West Hills, a white neighborhood, sheriffs were at my parents' door insisting we evacuate roughly 30 minutes after the start of the Kenneth fire. The contrast was revealing. The people of West Altadena deserve an adequate, independent evaluation before a single taxpayer dollar is allocated to the, quote, under-resourced LASD. Thank you so much.
It's 7:20.
Walmart coming clean. Here's Tom Busby.
Yeah, Walmart says its customers demand it. The world's largest retailer plans to remove all synthetic dyes from its U.S. store brand foods by January of 2027. It's also getting rid of artificial sweeteners, fat substitutes, and preservatives from those brands. The first federal government shutdown in nearly 7 years, the third one, though, under President Trump. Dems and Republicans deadlocked over including health care funding in a stopgap spending bill. And on Wall Street, The uncertainty about all that has investors a little bit worried. Right now, the Dow just turned positive, though. It's up 21 points. The NASDAQ is down 40. The S&P is down 11. Private sector hiring dropping in September, down by 32,000 jobs. That's from payroll firm ADP. Comes after a revised 3,000 job decline a month earlier. Biggest drops were in hospitality and leisure. Think bars, restaurants, hotels. Business services, also in construction and manufacturing. And gold prices hitting another record high today, topping $3,900 an ounce. First time ever. Again, all that uncertainty. Guying safe haven gold. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby from the Barrister Office Suites Money Desk on KNX News 97.1 FM.
Hey, this is Daniel from Whittier. I don't even bother getting up in the morning and checking in my traffic app because I just depend on KNX News to get me to work and get me to where I need to go. You guys are awesome.
Southern California's news is KNX News 97.1 FM.
Stop. Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit the Liberty Way Verizon store at 7606 Trailside Drive and speak with Chris today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle.
Check out Bet365.
Freeway. And yes, 57 South past Pathfinder, crash over there to the right side, and it looks like they're going to try to clear that for you. Then up ahead, right around Diamond Bar Boulevard, that's South 57. Freeway. And yes, 57 South past Pathfinder, crash over there to the right side, and it looks like they're going to try to clear that for you. Then up ahead, right around Diamond Bar Boulevard, that's South 57. 71 freeway. And yes, 57 south past Pathfinder, crash over there to the right side, and it looks like they're going to try to clear that for you. Then up ahead, right around Diamond Bar Boulevard, that's South 57.